But then if I look at these foundational habits and I'm like, wait, no, you've not like brushed your teeth today, or you've not had a shower today, I'm like, oh no, I am feeling bad. I'm just trying to trick myself. So it kind of enables me to see straight away if I'm going downhill. Hello, welcome. Today we're going through one simple habit that has helped me keep on top of my mental health. It is a simple habit tracker, what I like to refer to as my depression habit tracker. It takes me like 30 seconds to fill in at the end of every day, but it is really helpful to just keep an eye on how things are going. The reason I started using this habit tracker is because in my recovery from addiction, I'm still getting to know myself and my mental health, because alcohol had a big impact on my mental health. And so in recovery, I'm trying to work out what were things that were caused by the alcohol, and then what are things that I just need to deal with on a day-to-day basis that are to do with my mental health, my circumstances, the way that I react to things. And this habit tracker has been very useful in that regard. So I've been sober 16 months now. I did a video all about that if you want to watch that. There have been a few episodes in the past year where things have been really bad, and I've just kind of spent the day watching films, and it's lasted maybe like a week. I've been trying to work out what it is. I don't know if it is depression or if it's just feeling very overwhelmed by my circumstances, and so I kind of want to run away. And I used to do that with alcohol, and as I don't do that anymore, I instead just retreat into my room and I would watch like 6 films a day. I watched like nearly all of the XMen films and all of the Marvel films. So that gives you an idea of how much I was watching and how many films I was able to get through. I also, the most recent time it happened actually, I watched the Dark Knight trilogy, which I'd never watched before. And you know when you watch something and it's so good that you get annoyed at the people who have watched it, who've not told you to watch it? I'll speak to someone and be like, oh my gosh, have you seen this? It's so good. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, why? It's so good. Why haven't you been telling me to watch it? So if you have not watched it, this is me telling you, oh my gosh, you need to watch the Dark Knight trilogy, because it is amazing. I think we have this idea, or certainly me, I think of like superhero films very much in like the Marvel context, because that's sort of the biggest thing that they've become. Whereas these ones are not like that at all. They're so real and gritty. Like, it's Christopher Nolan, who doesn't like to use CGI. He's the person who directed Inception as well, and you know that scene where everything is shifting, the corridor is moving. That's another great film, but that was actually a set that they made. He doesn't like using CGI, he likes doing things practically, which results in it feeling more real, and it's so good. So that's a slight detour, but I watched those films, and I mean, that's a good thing to have come out of feeling so rubbish, to have seen them, and I am thinking of rewatching them. I only watched them in like, maybe April it was, that I had this really, that was like a really long one as well. That was like a week and a half of feeling really bad, so that wasn't great. You know, I wasn't really eating very well, just eating things that were easy to grab. Given these episodes, I have developed this habit tracker to help me track very basic habits which are foundational in my recovery and just for my mental health in general. These habits are ones that I know I will do when I'm in a good frame of mind. Tracking these really basic things means that I can instantly see if things are going downhill. I use a star chart system. I have 8 columns, and I give myself a gold star if I have completed this daily habit. I use this notebook. It's just a plain, it's a bit bigger than A5, but it's just got blank pages with like pictures. It's got like a castle or like a letter writing one. I think there's one of the Eiffel Tower, one of Rome. See, it's just, some of the pages are lined, but most of them are plain, and I just draw the columns in. I've done this for over a year now, so I can look back and see where there is a whole page of gold stars where I was doing well. Okay, so this one's pretty good. For example, this. So you can see there's lots of gold stars here. This was July last year, so I was in a good frame of mind in July, and I can remember being in a good frame of mind in July. Versus, you can see here, this was December. There is hardly any gold stars. That's quite concerning looking back. It makes it really clear the points when I'm struggling, and I don't know about anyone else, but when I am declining, it can be easy to tell myself a different story and to be like, well, no, I'm fine, you know, I did this today, or I couldn't have done this if I was feeling bad. But then if I look at these foundational habits and I'm like, wait, no, you've not like brushed your teeth today, or you've not had a shower today, I'm like, oh no, I am feeling bad. I'm just trying to trick myself. So it kind of enables me to see straight away if I'm going downhill. So the columns I use 3 of them are tooth related. This is because in my recovery it is really important to look after my teeth. That feels like an important thing to do, seeing as in my addiction I wasn't really looking after my teeth. So 3 of them are tooth related. I mentioned one of them is shower related, one of them is exercise, one of them is making my bed, because that is such a small habit but it always makes me feel good. It just makes the room instantly look tidier. If you are overwhelmed by your room being in a state of disarray and you feel like there's stuff everywhere, start by making your bed, because instantly you'll be like, oh, this is nice. I've got a certain amount of steps every day. I have a pedometer, just this, track how many steps I am doing a day. And then I've also got gua sha, which is part of my skincare routine. If I get a whole row of all of these, I know that I'm in a really good frame of mind. So you can pick whatever categories you want. If you want to do similar ones to me, I think the most important thing is to have very clear yes or no things. This isn't about like, did I feel grateful today, or did I feel like I challenged myself? You have to be very specific, because you have to be able to give yourself a gold star if you have or haven't done this thing, and it's supposed to be like instinctive. Like, you're not supposed to be thinking, oh, did I do enough walking today? So I have a specific step target, which is at the moment 7,000 steps, because then I can look on my pedometer and be like, did I hit 7,000 steps? Yes or no? Like, it takes all of the thinking out of it. I do like thinking about all of this stuff, and I do like analysing why I had a good day or a bad day, but I save that for my journal, and there I can write more broadly. I will leave a link to a journaling video if you want to check out. I have a few journaling videos because I love it so much. That's another life-changing habit, but we're talking about this one today. It's a very small habit that makes a big difference and allows me to stay on top of my mental health and track how things are going. It helps me track my mood through actions. I can see like concrete things and be like, oh, that's maybe a sign that things aren't going as well as I'm telling myself. You can be wanting to be feeling in a good frame of mind so much that you kind of dismiss or downplay the bad things, and sometimes it is all right to admit that you're struggling, but sometimes it's hard also to do that. So this just gives me something concrete. Like February 2023, this was a great month. I was doing great there. It's just interesting to have a record of it and to be able to spot patterns using the gold stars. I will link the gold stars I use. I've been doing this for like over a year, and I've only had to buy those gold stars twice. I think they come in like packets of 1,000 or something. So if you've got 8 columns and you're filling it in every day, yeah, it's gonna be okay. I will say as well, what I tend to do is I will allow myself to have a day off, and it's only if I skip 2 days that then I'm worried. Everyone has a day off. Like, you can have an off day where you're just like, I don't feel like doing any of this. If I miss flossing one day, for example, like, it's important to look after my teeth, but sometimes I'm tired or I can't be bothered. It's fine to miss a day, but I want my general habit to be I floss every day. If I'm missing 2 days in a row instead of just the one, that is potentially forming a new habit of not flossing every day. I allow myself to miss 1 day, but if it's 2 days, I then highlight the second day to be like, hey, you need to be aware of this. You've missed 2 days now. I hope some of what I've said has resonated with you. Are you going to start a habit tracker of your own to track your mood? Please let me know. And what categories would you include on yours? Would you do similar to me, or do you have different things that you would like to track which give you a good indicator of your mood? I will leave my video about practical tips to improve your mental health on the screen, because we have talked about how I use this to track my mental health in this video. So if you liked this video, I think you will like the tips in that other video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. I'm doing a daily video challenge, so a new video is coming out every single day. I will see you in the next one.